I think this plan has 4 goals. Revitalization, particularly of the shopping center where the grocery store is located, addition of affordable housing, improvements to environmental protection, in addition of some parkland that go along with that. And I think that all those things come with a cost. Some of those things could be accomplished if we had public money to invest in infrastructure, like acquisition of land along the Willett Branch to naturalize the stream, for example. We could certainly produce a master plan that would call for condemning some of that property, turning it into parkland, and naturalizing or daylighting the stream. That's highly unlikely to happen. It's one of the reasons why some of the goals in the existing plan have not been met over the last 30 years, because there were improvements to the streetscape and natural environment that were contemplated. Funding was expected as part of the master plan, and that did not materialize in the CIP process with public money. Redevelopment offers the opportunity to achieve some of these goals.
It's a large area with a long history that hasn't been looked at for 30 years. I'd be curious to know what the development potential was under the previous zoning compared to what you're proposing. But there are a lot of, what's interesting about this map is really kind of handy, is the dark structures are what's there. So what you're talking about is, I don't know, 50% or less of what land coverage that's there at issue. Is that correct? So
yes, there's a limited number of potential redevelopment sites in this area. This is not an area, you know, like Bethesda or frankly even in some ways like Montgomery Village, which is a much bigger geographic area. This is a set of 3 or 4 or 5 discrete development sites.
So it's going to be an interesting conversation. It's not, it's one we're starting to struggle with more and more in terms of what do you do with these large areas intended at one point for something else, I guess. Be interesting to see what the old Westbard plan said and how that this achieved those goals or not historically. Given the modern expectations as to housing that's affordable and the environmental issues. And I'll also point out and just remind everyone, we're dealing with a community that hasn't dealt with this sort of thing for 30 years. So it's a whole new education for everyone about what county policies are, how we have been trying to look at creative incentives for redevelopment, how we address these environmental issues and stormwater management issues that were never addressed. And I think your opening pictures are really important. You know, I'm not sure I would agree about how wonderful the shopping centers in Old Georgetown look, but certainly they have tenants that are pretty functional these days. And that's the key thing.